If you are considering picking up Star Citizen but don't know what starter pack to get, then stay tuned because today I'm gonna go through all the starter ships below $100 to show you the pros and the cons of each of them. If you like to explore the depth of space, then you want to hear about today's sponsor, Farpoint. Farpoint makes everything you need for stargazing and astrophotography. Whether you're new to the hobby or if you are a veteran astronaut, Farpoint has what you need. Do you have an old DSLR that you want to breathe some new life into? Get one of their compact double reflectors, perfect for capturing deep sky objects like the Pleiades or the Orion Nebula. Go to farpoint.d2a.com and start your space adventure today. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Star Citizen. First of all, if you are about to start playing Star Citizen, if you're considering picking up the game, the first thing you should do if you haven't created an account yet is of course you can go to getstarcitizen.d2a.com and you can sign up from there. If you use the referral code you can see on screen, you will get some extra starting credits. And we're going to start with the Aurora MR. Buying this as a game pack will cost you $45 plus VAT. All prices you'll see today will be without VAT as it varies from country to country. You will notice that the ship has 4 size 1 turret hardpoints. Size 1 is the smallest hardpoints available, so you have 4 of the smallest guns available. It also has a size 2 missile hardpoint where you can fit a missile rack. For shields it has 2 size 1 shield generators and it has 3 SCU of cargo. SCU is just standard cargo units, the unit for cargo that's used in Star Citizen. This is relatively small and I know it can be difficult for a new player to maybe understand how this relates, but as we go through the ship you'll be able to compare them to see which one has more firepower and which one has more shields and stuff like that. If you want to buy this ship in-game, so in case you decide to go with another pack and you want to buy this ship in-game later, it's going to cost you 184,900 Alpha UEC. And here we have it, coming stock. We can see we have up here in the front, under the cockpit, we have 2 guns already pre-fitted to the ship. I believe the other guns will be going underneath the wings here. Likely, at least it looks like they're going to be fitting underneath the wing here, so if you decide to upgrade with more weapons, they're going to be going back there. Everything from the round doors here, as you can see here and back, is pretty much just engines. So it's just one big honking engine and not much else. It is really one of the smallest ships available in the game. Now we can go up here and we can enter. You can see we can enter from either side. As I said, it has 3 SCU of cargo, and that's essentially just the design that you can put down a few boxes here in this small alleyway here. If we turn on some lights here, since power is off on the ship right now, we can see there is a bed here, which is useful as you can use these to log out, so you don't have to go back to a station in order to log out, and you can spawn back inside the ship. But there's a small bed in there, which is very handy to have, since not all the ships we'll be looking at today will have that. The next ship we're going to be looking at is the Mustang Alpha, also coming in as a $45 starter ship. It has a single size 3 hardpoint and 2 size 1 hardpoints. So firepower wise, it definitely has more firepower than the Aurora, and this is also a more dedicated combat ship. So if you really want to get into the whole combat side of the game, then this might be a good choice for you. You can see here it also comes with 2 size 1 shields, which is the same as you get on the Aurora. It has 1 more SCU of cargo. If you're considering picking this up in-game instead, you're going to have to fork over 251,400 Alpha UEC. And here we have it. As you can see, definitely more of a fighter vibe to this compared to the Aurora. We have the large hardpoint, or the size 3 hardpoint, up here in the front. As you can see right now, it's fitted with a gimbal with 2 smaller hardpoints on either side. So that means you can, instead of fitting one size 3, in this case it's fitting 2 smaller weapons, you can swap this out to your liking. And if you want to have the smaller hardpoints, I believe those will fit on the wings here, which is currently folded up, as you can see. And back here, I've already opened it up to make it a little clearer. You can see back here, we have the cargo rack, which extends down like so. So that does mean if you are doing box missions where you have to go and carry things physically onto the ship yourself, that can be a little difficult, but you can do trade runs where you just basically buy it from a trading terminal and have it sent to your ship. So carrying cargo on physically yourself, it's gonna be impossible, I think, in this current configuration. But the way you get in is you go over here, and we're gonna open up the. Just go into the pilot seat actually while we're at it. Canopy opens up, ladder comes down, and there we go. We are in the cockpit. Nice big heads-up display there in nice big display there in the front, and there we have it. So here we're taking off. I just want to show you the animation for when you put it from landing mode, and we raise the landing gear like so. The wings comes down like so, and there you have it. You can see our cargo here is still extended. Let's see if I can remember where is the key for. There it was. There you can see we can close the cargo hatch there as well, so it retracts up into the belly of the ship like so. So what you get in the Mustang is a much more combat-focused ship with less focus on trade. So if you know that combat's gonna be your thing, then the Mustang Alpha is probably the cheapest entry point into that. Next up we have the C8X Pisces Expedition. This is actually designed to be a small shuttle for bigger ships, but you can here get it as a standalone ship as part of a game pack. This game pack is going to cost you $60 US, and you can see the stats on screen here. The Pisces has 4 size 1 hardpoints, so that's the same as on the Aurora, but it comes with 2 size 1 missile racks compared to the single size 2 on the Aurora. So firepower wise, I would say this is comparable to the Aurora. However, shield wise, it does not really stack up. It only has a single size 1, which is the smallest we've seen so far. Cargo, however, is 4 STU, the same as we saw on the Mustang Alpha, and the in-game price is quite steep, I think, at 406,000 Alpha UEC. But those stats does not tell the full story, because this is actually the first ship we have in the lineup where you can carry crew members with you. There are seats on board this for other players. But let's start with a quick external tour. We can see here we have of the 4 size 1s, actually all of them are populated here, so you don't have to go out and buy extras. You can see 2 of them out here on the front, and underneath each wing we'll also find a small hard point there, as well as the missile rack fitting underneath in the like I don't know, wing arches. I don't know what else to call them. It's relatively low profile, quite a compact ship. You can see it's symmetrical here on the other side, where you also have a gun and a small missile hidden in there. In order to enter the ship, we have to go round here to the back, where we can open up the rear ramp like so. And this is, as I said, the first ship that really has some like proper ship interior. We have some small cargo areas here on the side. You can see there, room for 2 boxes there, 2 boxes there. And further forward, we have the seats here, where you can have crew members sitting. So if you are playing with friends, then this is a good starter ship, because now suddenly you can all fly around in the same ship at the same time. They will have a place to sit. Here you go. You can now see the view from the cockpit. So overall, I don't really feel like you get that much more out of the C8X compared to like the Aurora. Sure, you get a little bit more cargo space and you get that internal space, and unless you're really planning to play a lot with friends, then I would probably consider getting the Aurora over the C8X as a starter ship, simply because the Aurora is cheaper. Another little detail I wanted to show you with the C8X is it also has folding wings. You might not have noticed it when we were in the hangar, but those 2 stubby wings there on the side, they do actually fold down, as you can see here. When I pull up the landing gear, the little wings, they fold out like so. And there you have a nice little compact shuttle. Next up we have the 100i, costing $65 US as a starter pack. It comes with 2 size 3 weapons, It comes with a size 2 missile rack spot, and it comes with a single size 1 shield generator. It has 2 SDU of cargo and has an in-game price of 654,000 Alpha USD. And here we have it. I absolutely love the way the 100i looks. It's such a beautiful ship. It's made by a company called Origin, as you can see here. And these ships are all about traveling in style and luxury, as you can probably also see from the sleek design of the ship here. Now, of course, combat-wise, it may not be the best combat ship out there, and maybe not the best cargo hauler either. But it's just such a pretty ship, and it's such a joy to fly. So it is becoming a quite popular ship for people to pick up. But again, the raw stats of the ship, maybe there are better choices depending on your preferences. And again, remember we had those 2 size 3 hard points. They are located back here underneath the wings, there, and similarly over there. And I don't believe the missile rack comes populated by default. I'm actually not sure where they are hiding the missiles on this thing. But according to the stats, it should have access to a missile rack somewhere. But to get inside, we're gonna have to walk up here to the side of the ship and open the door, which opens up like so. Beautiful stairs come out, and we get access to the interior. In here, we have a bed. Maybe it's a bit ambitious calling that a bed, but at least a place to sleep. And if you open up here, you do get access to the cargo. Get you some light in there. The little two SDU of cargo in here, so you can put some boxes in here. And it also means that since you do have access to it, you can do these missions where you have to carry the cargo on yourself. Something you couldn't do in the Mustang, but something you can do here because we do have access to the cargo rack inside the ship, like so. Entering the pilot seat up here in the front, we get a view out the front, and these have a very, very good field of view all around you. As you can see here, lots and lots of glass around you, so you get a really good field of view around you when flying the 100i. Let's power everything on and let's take this thing outside. And I clearly didn't do my pre-flight checks, as you can see. I still have the door open and everything. So let's just go ahead and let's close that, which we can do remotely, like so. You can see the animation there again. And also, just so you can see the animation when the landing gear is retracted. Up into the belly of the ship, like so. And there you have a very, very sleek looking, very fast ship. This is really designed to be more of a like long-range exploration type ship. Doesn't really excel in any of the like combat or cargo capacities, but it is just such a beautiful looking ship. Next up, we have the Avenger Titan, and this is probably one of the most popular starting ships, and for good reasons. It comes in at 65 US, the same as the 100i, but here you get a size 4 as well as 2 size 3 weapon hardpoints and 2 size 3 missile launch racks. So plenty of firepower on this ship. Shield-wise, it also comes with 2 size 1s, which is also pretty good for a starter ship, and a whopping 8 SCU of cargo. So this is actually designated as a light cargo ship, but as you can see, it has some serious firepower for the size of the ship and some decent shields. It also comes with a relatively hefty price tag if you are to buy it in-game instead of as a starter pack of 785,600 Alpha USD. And here we have it. We're definitely now moving up into some larger ships now. Just look at that thing. So, as we said, a size 4 hardpoint, which we can clearly see is mounted out here on the nose. The 2 size 3s are underneath here on the wings. We have one here and one mirrored over on the other side. And we also had the 2 size 3 missile racks, which are also pre-mounted underneath here. So you get a full complementary of weapons on the ship by default. So you don't have to go out and buy anything additional or save up for extra modules or anything like that. And you get this beautiful, beautiful ship. As I said, this is a very popular starter ship for a good reason. It is a little bit more expensive, but you definitely get some bang for the bucks here. You enter through this ramp here at the back, which takes you into the rear cargo compartment, which we can see here. We're just gonna remember to close it this time, so we're not gonna take off with an open cargo hatch this time. So here you have the rear cargo capacity, a cargo bay, where you can have room for your 8 SCU of cargo. You can move forward, we can open the door, taking you into some living quarters. There's again a bed to log out in, which you should really consider that it is more important than you would think to make sure that you have a bed. And so far, again, we didn't get it on the C8X, we didn't get it in the Mustang, we got it in the 100 and the Aurora, and now also here in the Avenger Titan. What do we have back here? Storage, that kind of thing. And moving further forward, we get up into the pilot seat. And again, just to give you an idea of the view here, there's no obstructions here at all. You just have the instrumentation panels here in front of you, and that is all there is. So if we power this thing on, like so, let's contact ATC and let's get this thing in the air. So here we have it up in the air, and again, I just want to show you the animation for extracting the landing gear. There you go. Again, folds up nicely into the belly. Listen to those engines as we're powering up through the atmosphere here on over Lorville. So if you have a little bit extra money to spend, the Avenger Titan is a very, very good choice. Moving up another bump in price, we get to the Arrow. This is a dedicated fighter, where most of the other ships may have been like a fighter with a little bit of cargo or a cargo ship with some fighting capabilities. Now we're in the territory of dedicated fighter ships. It comes in at a price at $90. It comes with 3 size 3 turret hardpoints, which is actually a little bit less than what we got in the Titan. But what it doesn't have in guns, it definitely has in missiles, where you have 2 size 3 launches as well as 2 size 2 launches. So plenty of missiles to go around on this ship. It is a fighter, so it's really intended to use its speed and its maneuverability to avoid incoming fire, and that means that it only gets a single size 1 shield generator. And as I said, this is fighting and fighting only, and that means there is 0 SCU cargo. No cargo in it, so you gotta be sure that combat is really your thing if you want to pick this thing up. If you want to buy it in-game, it's gonna cost you 972,300 Alpha aUEC. And here we have it in the hangar, and as I said, this thing just has guns everywhere, basically. You can see we have, of the 3 weapons, we have 1 fitted here. Look at that belt fit cannon there. And there's a similar one on the opposite side, of course, there. And there's one up there on the top, which you can see currently has 2 weapons in it because it's a turret, so we have smaller weapon sizes. Again, these can be swapped out. And then we have the missile racks fitted here on the side of the ship, underneath the wings, with some very, very big and scary missiles. Around the back, it is just all engines. One big, massive engine exhaust, as again, this is a fast ship and a very maneuverable ship. As there are no cargo space, there's also pretty much no ship interior in it at all. You go in through a ladder, takes you into a tiny, tiny cockpit, and there you go. That is the Arrow's cockpit. Again, power it on, so you can see, as you can probably guess, those wings there, they are folding out. So we're just gonna take this thing into space, or into the air at least, and I'll show you that as well. Here we have it, in the air. Let's go ahead and let's fold out those wings, get the landing gear up, and there we have it. Just look at that in profile. How amazing does that look? There's a reason why this is called the Arrow, because that definitely looks like an arrowhead. And if we remove the throttle limiter and just let those engines rip, this thing is fast. This is a really, really fast ship. And with some decent firepower as well. And the final ship we're going to be looking at in our sub 100 starter ships is the Nomad. one of the more recently introduced ships actually, and it comes in at a starting price of $95 US. Weapon-wise, this comes in with 3 size 3 turret hardpoints. It comes in with 2 size 4 missile racks, so again, plenty of firepower on board this thing. And it has a whopping 3 size 1 shield generators, so plenty of firepower, plenty of shield. However, it's not a dedicated fighter, so you do also get 24 SCU of cargo. This is, for a starter ship, a huge amount of cargo. And we'll see why in a second. If you want to buy it in-game, even though it's more expensive than the Arrow for real money, it's actually cheaper in-game at only 952,800 Alpha aUEC. And here we have it. Now, there's a lot to talk about on this ship here. First of all, you might notice it's not actually touching the ground, and that is on purpose, as it has these signature like hover pads that it uses to land with. So that's a pretty cool feature, and definitely something that will make the ship stand out. Weapon-wise, you can see one of the hard points out here underneath the nose, and you can also see all the missile racks. Remember, we had 2 of them. Again, these you can't really swap out. As you can see, they are integrated, so they do come with smaller size missiles, but you get 4 on this side, and you get another 4 over on this side here. And weapons, I believe, is on the roof. Yeah, you can see it up there. There, up on the roof, we have some weapon hardpoints as well. And just as before, these have been swapped out for smaller ones with a turret on it. So now all that cargo is back here. You can see we have a little cargo bay, and it's not really a cargo bay as it's a cargo bed. It's more like imagine this more be like a pickup truck, but with a lot of weapons on board. So you have this whole cargo bay back here, or cargo rack, or cargo, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's back here, and you can then control that by moving that up and down. We can actually find the button. Where did that go? There we go. Now, the unique thing about this compared to all the other ones is that this is the only ship in our lineup today that can actually carry a ground vehicle. All the other ones who may have some cargo, they were not able to carry any ground vehicles with them. The Nomad can, and it is actually designed for that purpose. So you can, if you want to go, for instance, go and do some surface mining in a rock, you can get these mining vehicles, these mining cars. These will fit back here on the back. You can close that down. The ramp comes out. You just drive it up here, a little bit like an ATV, and you can then take that with you, go out, look for some rocks, and use that as a mining platform. Beautiful, beautiful. Or it can, of course, also be used just as a cargo bed, and then put some cargo back there. To enter the ship, you have to go over here on the side, and we're gonna have to open this door. The ladder comes out and folds out, and we can go up the ladder, and we're gonna first we're gonna enter through this little area. I don't know what you want to call that, like it splits out. Here you have access to some modules. You have a small window, so you can sit and you can watch your cargo bay back there through the windows. You can see if anything fell off while you've been flying. Here on the side, you have a toilet, and on the opposite side, you have some basic storage shelves. Moving further forward, you just go and get some power on this ship so we can actually get some lights on. See, now that's a lot better, much better. Now we can actually see anything here. So we have the storage there, you have the toilet, you can look back there, we have the modules, and we're about to make our way forward into the living compartment, where you have a bed, again, place to log out, and there's a small kitchen over here to the side. Doesn't really have any functionality at this point, but it's just nice to have and looks nice. Moving further forward, we get into the cockpit. We get into the seat, like so, and you're being raised up there. Again, just to give you an idea, there is quite a bit more obstructions in terms of field of view here, but it's definitely not bad. With panels wrapping all the way around you like so. One of the good things that makes this good as a mining platform is that you get some view downwards below you, making it easier to maybe spot if you have to land in difficult terrains. Then it's nice to be able to look down below you. Ejection handle, don't pull that unless you absolutely have to. But as always, we're gonna take this thing up in the air. I'll show you how that looks. And now we're gonna take a look at those hover pads as we are retracting those. They pull back up into the belly of the vehicle, and there we are, like so. There are of course more expensive game packs than what we'll be looking at today, but now we're moving on well beyond the $100 mark, and I feel like that's maybe a little bit more than most people want to spend to buy a new game. But also remember, if you are picking up the game, use GetStarCitizen.d2a.com when you are creating your account. Also, let me know in the comment section which starter ship you choose, or if you're a new player, which starter ship you are going to choose. Also, let me know if you would be interested in me taking a look at some of the more expensive starter packs. I don't know how much of interest there will be in that, but if you are interested, comment section below. And while you are heading down there, do remember to subscribe to the channel as well. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in space.